Los Angeles, a city that glows with promise as the sun rises over its iconic skyline, painting the buildings gold and pink. From above it looks endless, a sprawling metropolis that seems to stretch forever, full of possibility. The city of dreams, a place where people chase ambition under endless blue skies. Here, every street feels like a movie set, and every day brings the hope of something new. People come from all over the world, drawn by the idea that anything is possible in LA. We see LA in movies and on TV, golden beaches, palm trees, and glamour. The Hollywood sign stands tall, a beacon for dreamers. Luxury cars cruise down sunlit boulevards and the city's energy feels electric, alive with creativity and ambition. People arrive with hope, dreaming of stardom or a better life. They step off buses and trains, their eyes wide with anticipation, carrying suitcases full of aspirations. For many, Louisiana is a fresh start, a place to reinvent themselves, to leave the past behind. But look closer, and you'll see another side. Beyond the palm trees and movie sets, there are shadows, stories that rarely make the headlines. In the alleys and on the sidewalks, a different reality unfolds. Beyond the sparkling lights, a hidden reality exists. As night falls, tents appear beneath the overpasses, and the city's glow reveals not just opportunity, but struggle. The contrast between hope and hardship is stark. Today, over 150,000 people in LA have no home. That's more than the population of many small cities, living without the security of a roof or a safe place to sleep. The numbers grow each year, a silent crisis unfolding in plain sight. They live in tents, cars, or on the streets, a city within a city. Some have lost jobs, others have fled violence or illness. Each person has a story, a reason for being here, surviving day by day in a world that often looks away. The contrast is striking. Luxury shops on one block, rows of tents on the next. Shoppers browse designer boutiques while, just steps away, others search for food or shelter. The divide is visible, sometimes only a few feet apart. How can a city of such wealth also hold so much hardship? Mansions overlook tent cities, and expensive cars drive past people who have nowhere to go. It's a question that lingers in the air, challenging the city's image of endless opportunity. These two worlds exist side by side, defining LA's complex landscape. The city's beauty and pain are intertwined, shaping the lives of everyone who calls it home. It's a place where dreams and reality collide every single day. I wanted to understand this other side, to see beyond the headlines. I walked the streets, talked to people, and listened to their stories. Each encounter revealed a layer of LA that most never see, a city of resilience, heartbreak, and hope. LA's story isn't just about dreams fulfilled, it's about resilience in the face of broken ones. It's about people who keep going, even when the odds are stacked against them. Their strength and determination are as much a part of LA as its palm trees and movie stars. This is a story of humanity, struggle, and hope found in the hardest places. In the midst of hardship, there are moments of kindness, strangers sharing food, volunteers offering help, communities coming together to support one another. Every visitor and resident should see and understand this reality. LA is more than its postcard images. It's a city of contrasts, where dreams and difficulties live side by side. To truly know Los Angeles, we must look at all its faces, and listen to every story it has to tell. Hollywood, the world's most famous neighborhood. Tourists flock to the Walk of Fame, chasing the magic of movies. But between the theaters and souvenir shops, people sleep in tents beside the stars. The contrast is impossible to ignore. Superheroes posing for photos, just steps from those struggling to survive. This is the real Hollywood, fantasy and hardship side by side. The same story plays out in Venice Beach, where makeshift shelters line the boardwalk. From downtown to the suburbs, homelessness is woven into LA's fabric. Behind every postcard view, there are real people in need. The magic of Hollywood can't hide the crisis on its streets. This is the Los Angeles experience, beauty and struggle, always intertwined. It's a reminder that the city's story is far more complex than it seems. For those without a home, the day starts before dawn. There's no alarm clock, just the sun or the sound of street cleaners. Finding a restroom or a meal is a daily challenge. Safety is a constant worry. Your belongings are your world. Rest is rare. People are moved along from benches and parks. Every day is a test of endurance and resourcefulness. Job hunting is nearly impossible without clean clothes or a charged phone. Some spend hours in libraries, others collect cans to survive. When night falls, the search for a safe place to sleep begins again. Shelters are often full, many sleep in tents, cars, or under overpasses. Sleep is light, interrupted by city noise and fear. This exhausting cycle is the daily reality for thousands. Many people believe that homelessness is simply a matter of personal choice, but the reality is far more complicated and nuanced than that. The journey to homelessness is rarely a straight line, and it's almost never a decision someone makes lightly. Instead, it's often the result of a series of unfortunate events, setbacks, and circumstances that spiral out of control. In a city like Los Angeles, where the cost of living continues to rise year after year, even those who work full-time can find themselves struggling to keep up. For many, a single missed paycheck, an unexpected expense, or a sudden rent increase can be all it takes to push them to the brink of losing their home. The margin for error is razor thin. Job loss, illness, or injury can quickly drain whatever savings a person has managed to set aside. Medical emergencies, car repairs, or even a broken appliance can become insurmountable obstacles when money is already tight. The stress of mounting bills and dwindling resources can be overwhelming, leaving people feeling trapped and hopeless. When the bills can't be paid, eviction often follows. Many try to stay temporarily with friends or family, but these arrangements are usually short-lived. The instability and uncertainty can take a heavy toll, both emotionally and physically. Family crises, such as divorce, the death of a loved one, or ongoing conflict, can leave people with nowhere to turn. Sometimes, the very people you'd hope to rely on are unable or unwilling to help, leaving individuals isolated and vulnerable. Health problems, whether physical or mental, make it even harder to recover from setbacks. Chronic illness, disability, or untreated mental health conditions can make holding a job or finding stable housing nearly impossible. The lack of affordable healthcare only adds to the struggle. Young people aging out of foster care and veterans returning from service with trauma are especially at risk. Without strong support systems, they can find themselves alone and unprepared for the challenges of independent living. Each person experiencing homelessness has a unique story, a web of bad luck, high costs, and a lack of support. It's not just one thing that leads to the street, but a combination of factors that can happen to almost anyone. Homelessness is not a single problem with a simple solution. It's a complex crisis, shaped by economic forces, social systems, and personal hardships. The visible tents and encampments are just the surface of a much deeper issue. Understanding the many reasons people lose their homes is the first step toward finding real, lasting solutions. It requires empathy, awareness, and a willingness to look beyond stereotypes and assumptions. Ultimately, it's about seeing the person, not just their situation. Every individual on the street has a story worth hearing, and by listening, we can begin to build a path toward hope and change. I met James, a former construction worker near MacArthur Park. He sat quietly on a weathered bench, his hands folded in his lap, eyes scanning the busy street as if searching for a piece of his old life. James once built homes and offices across the city, his days filled with purpose and pride, but everything changed after a fall at work left him with a permanent injury. The injury forced him to stop working. Suddenly, the steady paychecks were gone, replaced by disability payments that barely covered groceries, let alone rent. Each month, James faced impossible choices: medicine or food, a roof or a warm meal. The bills piled up and the eviction notice came sooner than he expected. "I never thought this would be me," he said quietly, his voice tinged with disbelief and sorrow. He spoke of the shame he felt, the friends who drifted away, and the loneliness that crept in with every passing day. Yet beneath the sadness, there was a quiet resilience, a determination to keep going even when hope seemed distant. Maria, a mother in the valley, lives in her car with her daughter after fleeing danger at home. She left everything behind to protect her child, trading comfort for safety. Their car became their shelter, their world reduced to a back seat and a few bags of belongings. Maria tries to keep life normal for her daughter, school by day, homework in the car, whispered bedtime stories to chase away the fear. At night, when the city quiets, she wipes away her own tears so her daughter won't see. She dreams of a stable home, a place where her child can sleep without worry. In Venice, Leo, a young artist, sets up his drawings on the boardwalk every morning. The ocean breeze ruffles his sketchbooks as he arranges his artwork, hoping someone will stop and see more than just a person without a home. Leo grew up in foster care, moving from house to house, never quite belonging. He battles depression, but art gives him a voice, a way to share his story with the world. Each drawing is a piece of his journey, a glimpse into his dreams and struggles. People see a homeless person. "I'm an artist, I have dreams," he told me, his eyes shining with hope. He wants to be seen for his talent, not his circumstances, and believes that one day his art will open doors to a better life. These stories are everywhere: veterans who served their country, seniors who worked all their lives, young people aging out of foster care. Each person on the sidewalk has a story shaped by hardship, but also by courage and resilience. They're stories of bad luck, broken systems, and incredible strength. Sometimes it's a lost job, a medical crisis, or a family tragedy that pushes someone onto the street. But what stands out most is the determination to survive, to hope, and to help one another. Hearing these stories replaces judgment with empathy. When we listen, we begin to understand the challenges people face and the humanity we all share. A simple conversation can break down barriers and remind us that everyone deserves compassion. The people on our streets are not problems. They're human beings deserving respect, dignity, and a chance to rebuild. A handshake, a smile, or a kind word can mean the world to someone who feels invisible. Their stories are a call to action. We must listen, learn, and work together to create a community where everyone has a place to call home. Change begins with empathy, and with us. Amid the crisis, countless Angelenos step up to help. Volunteers organize food drives, hand out meals, and offer hygiene kits. Nonprofits provide emergency shelter, mobile showers, and outreach teams. Safe parking programs and faith-based shelters offer security and support. These efforts restore dignity and hope, showing that compassion thrives in LA. When communities unite, they create powerful networks of support. Ordinary people make an extraordinary difference every day. Solving homelessness is daunting, but not impossible. The housing-first approach, getting people into homes, then providing support, works. LA needs more affordable and supportive housing and stronger tenant protections. Rental assistance and mental health services are crucial. Outreach teams must build trust and guide people to help. Better support is needed for those leaving hospitals, jails, or foster care. Collaboration is key. Government, nonprofits, businesses, and individuals all play a role. Landlords and employers can be part of the solution. We can all support organizations, volunteer, and advocate for change. A future where everyone has a home is a dream worth fighting for. My journey through LA was about more than sightseeing. To truly know a city, you must look beyond the surface and listen to untold stories. I learned how thin the line is between having a home and losing one. It can happen to anyone. Job loss, illness, or tragedy can change everything. This realization brings gratitude and compassion. I saw hope in Maria's determination. I saw hope in Leo's art. I saw hope in the volunteers' kindness. LA's true heart is its spirit of generosity and resilience. Every person on the street has a story and a dream. Travel is about gaining new perspectives and connecting with our shared humanity. The city's greatest dream should be a safe home for all. As we close, remember, homelessness is not just a statistic, it's people. See them as neighbors, not problems. Compassion starts with a smile, a kind word, or simply acknowledging someone's humanity. We don't need all the answers. Small acts matter. The problem is big, but change begins with empathy and action. Support organizations, advocate for solutions, and help build a just society. The true greatness of a city is measured by how it treats its most vulnerable. Let's make compassion our guide and work for a future where everyone has a home.